Welcome back to BEEyond Robotics podcast. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Faiz. We are your hosts from Manitoulin Meadow, FRC Team 6865 from Manitoulin Secondary School in Michigan First Nation on beautiful Manitoulin Island, Ontario.
We're a hive of innovation, inclusion, and community.
Us belong, build,
beyond.
And remember, you can find BEEyond Robotics on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
Today's episode is all about the biggest moment of the FRC year.
Kickoff season. January 10, 2026 is coming fast, and the new FRC game Rebuild drops soon. We're rookies, so this is our first kickoff.
And honestly, we're equal parts excited and terrified.
This episode will prep you for Kickoff 2. Strategy basics, team roles, engineering, design, tips, interviews with our sub-leads, plus some FRC history so you know why today's robots look the way they do.
And one more thing. This season will be powered by the engineering energy of Pioneer Construction.
Everyone keeps telling us nothing prepares you for your first kickoff.
Veterans describe it like a cross between Christmas morning and a physics midterm.
We've heard stories, people yelling, new game manual is out, someone crying because the scoring system makes no sense, mentors whispering not again, students staring at chain calculations like who invented numbers, and the trap is a trap.
And that's all before breakfast.
Kickoff is where strategy starts, design begins, and every team on Earth says the same sentence.
This looks impossible. But that's the fun part. We get the game animation, the field challenges, the scoring, and then
it's brainstorming time. Whiteboards everywhere.
Sticky notes everywhere.
Caffeine everywhere.
This segment is made possible thanks to the structural support of Freshwater Community Church. One thing that is helping us get ready for Rebuild, watching old FRC games.
First has the most chaotic creativity ever. Shoot frisbees, cross a moat, balance on a seesaw.
The very first FRC game, 1992, Maize Craze. Real corn, kernels everywhere.
My drivetrain would have filed a complaint.
Robots played basketball and balanced on a giant seesaw, yeehaw.
Robots launched frisbees like disc cannons.
And climbed a metal pyramid. Medieval obstacle course, ramps, gates, moats.
The sandstorm blinds drivers for the first 15 seconds.
Unless you coded cameras.
Seeing these games helps us understand robot evolution.
And now Rebuild is the next step, and we've got to be a part of it.
The historical throwback is brought to you by Uncle Steve's Cabins. Thank you for your sponsorship.
So before we build anything, we need an engineering mindset. Here are the top rookie tips we've learned.
Build simple first. If your climber also slice bread and files taxes, it's too complicated.
Pick the easiest scoring method. Pro teams aren't always the flashiest robots. They're the most consistent.
Prototype everything. Cardboard, duct tape, zip ties. If it works in cardboard, it might work in aluminum.
Design for maintenance. If you can't reach a motor without removing the entire robot, redesign it. Our team is generously supported by the Gore Bay Rotary Club. Thank you for everything you do for the community. We check in with our sub-team leads to hear their kickoff prep.
We're prepping tools, pneumatics, drivetrains, and a strategy to prototype fast. Here is Kaden, our build lead.
Okay, well, I think this is a really interesting game this year. I've never seen any of the challenges like it, even flipping through some previous stuff. I really like the shift to time switches because it gives teams time to go pick up and then time to score, which I think is going to be really interesting. And I'd love to see how this plays out this year.
What do you think of the climbing challenge?
Climbing challenge is going to be interesting. I'm a little bit worried about stacking robots on top of each other and slipping, but that could just be one of the things we have to design for is like maybe an inclined roof on the robot just in case, which will be interesting, but we'll see.
What do you think of tank drive versus swerve drive for this one?
That's a tricky one. Swerve drive is faster, so if we want to focus on less hang, it would definitely be swerve drive, just because it's difficult to get a swerve drive over the rungs. But, yeah, I would say swerve drive in the end would be our best bet.
What about the speed bump thing?
Speed bump thing, you either just go over it slow or be careful. Those are kind of the options, or just drive under it. Like, especially if you're looking at a short robot, swerve drive for sure.
Programming is reviewing AutoPath, camera systems, and clean coding habits. Here's Xander, our software lead.
I feel excited for this game this year. It's much more. It's very creative and it's different from any of the other games I've ever really seen. And it will be interesting with Swerve Drive, seeming with the bumps and everything, that Swerve would get caught on it if not angled correctly. But it seems more teamwork and more methodical and defensive than the previous years.
Label everything. If it moves or sparks, label twice. Here is Sebastian, our electrical lead.
I think there's a lot of opportunities in this game, and I feel like it's going to be the hardest design challenge that we will have faced yet. But I believe that if we create a good, small, compact robot with a nice, strong shooter and a ground intake, we can be competitive this year.
What do you think of the hang?
The 30 points is really tempting. Just if you fall and anyone's below you, everything's going, and those cost a lot to make.
Fair. Anything else you can think of for this game?
I hope you can go into the other zone and run defense, because with the 30-second breaks between the stuff, that means all three of the robots could be running defense at one time, which would make it nearly impossible for the other team to score points. So I think there's a rule.
We're organizing on-shape libraries so we can CAD right after prototypes succeed. Here's Samuel, our CAD lead.
Hello. I think that the 2026 rebuilt robotics game is going to be very interesting because of how the matches are split up. I think the coach is going to have to keep a very good eye on the clock that will be placed on top of the drive station. Scoring is going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see how everyone's strategies as they get to comp, because they will very much differ from match to match. Also think it could be important to have a short robot, but also not a short robot to be able to climb. So maybe attaching climb to pneumatics to be able to lift up and down so you can still get under the low.
Good.
Also spacing them apart, the wheels in the correct positions, so you can still go over the trench, because pathing is going to be hard.
Cameras charged, batteries ready, and the storytelling begins. Here's Sarah, our media lead.
I think it looks really good. I think we're going to do really well this year.
Glasses, gloves, training refresheners, and safe shop procedures. Here's Violet, our safety lead.
I'm Violet Bell, the new safety lead, and I think the kickoff has been fascinating and very educational.
What do you think of the game that pieces
the game,
you've seen so
I
far?
don't really. It seems easy and yet difficult at the same time.
Sponsor letters, event schedules, travel planning, and pit materials. Here's Dylan, our business lead.
The game is kind of crazy. Like, I've never been in a game where you could pick up so many things at once. That's going to be like a really big part of the strategy. I feel like the climb is crazy too. Like, it seems like a really fun thing in general. it'll be hard to work around, but it's a good challenge.
Any ideas what the robot might look like?
I think we might have to go with an open bumper, like just for intake. Another possibility is we could do some kind of like flipper, so like something that comes out and shovels them in. But so far, some kind of opener, and then I think we'll have to play a shooter because I have a feeling that there's going to be specific robots who are just going to push the balls into the zone. But I think there's going to be a lot of them, so we might just get stuck in a matchup if we're playing that too. So
Here's Amara, our captain.
I think it's definitely a really interesting game. It's going to be really cool to see all the different aspects come to life, but it's also going to be a fantastic learning opportunity of new systems, especially with the climber. I think pneumatics could be really useful there.
You were just telling me about your predictions.
Me and one of my friends on the team, we had a ton of great predictions about this, and we were actually really happy to see that we were pretty right with the fact that you would have to go over something in the middle of the field to get to game pieces. We were not expecting that many game pieces at all. I also think the fact that we can carry a lot more this year is really interesting and is going to be very useful. I'm interested to see how the on and off, inactive and active hubs are. I think that is going to be definitely something for a lot of drive coaches to pay close attention to, because I know for us ourselves, when you're in that hectic, busy moment, there's a lot you can miss. And I think that is going to be where a lot of loss of points come from this year, is people shooting without actually realizing that the hub's not active. I think it's going to be a great learning experience after you get those first few matches in, and then every drive coach, drive team, they're going to be so focused and locked in on it that it's going to be great. I'm really excited to see how competition plays out this year.
Thank you to Burpee, Mills, Euchre Club, and Fire Association for your generous support. Our season will be more successful thanks to you.
Being a remote Northern Island-based robotics team is interesting.
Shipping takes forever, parts cost more, weather cancels meetings, travel to events is hours long.
But we have advantages: tight-knit community, creative problem solving, use what you got mentality, and the strongest team spirit in FRC.
Rural teams don't quit, we innovate.
This segment is fueled by the northern spirit of Anchor Inn Hotel and Restaurant.
Every year, veteran teams try 3-day builds.
They attempt to design and build a functional robot in 72 hours. Not perfect, but a preview of what's possible.
We will be watching RI 3D videos as soon as kickoff ends because they show simple, effective mechanisms, help rookies understand priorities, and spark prototype ideas.
But remember, don't copy them. You learn why designs work. Or don't.
After kickoff, the FRC timeline looks like this. Week 0 to 1, strategy, prototype, drive-based CAD.
Lots of yelling. Why doesn't this work? Week 2 to 3, finish CAD, mechanisms built.
The we forgot something phase. Week 4, full robot assembly, programming a robot without a robot.
Everything suddenly gets heavier. Week 5, programming, testing.
Auto paths, debugging, sensor tuning. Week 6, drive practice plus media plus packing. Manitoulin Metal is grateful for the generous support of the Argosy Foundation.
This wraps up episode 2.4, your full guide to kickoff season.
Robots, strategy, teamwork, history, it all starts now.
Next episode is our February team, Love and Logic, the chemistry of connection. We'll explore the neuroscience of teamwork, communication on robotic teams, and dramatic love letters to our robots.
Until then, stay curious, stay creative,
and keep going beyond robotics.